tips that you're learning about how to be normal?
Yeah. Great question. Number one, wear a shirt. Definitely just take the time to wear a shirt.
That's not not a thing. Like wearing a shirt is not a helpful tip. Like unless you're at the beach or at the pool.
Since the pandemic, if you'll let me finish, I didn't realize that you have to wear a shirt everywhere. I'm sorry. I thought I'm sure that I'm not the only one that walks around in their underwear and goes to meetings and parties like that.
This makes my dad laugh. I need to get my yum-yums in my tum-tums. Something I've never heard in my life. I don't know who my son's father is. Based on this thing, he's a 22-year-old man who carries around love in his pockets, eating ice cream. I need to get my yum-yums in my tum-tums.
Sick of hearing about everyone's big dick. I'm getting
Bill Hader's big dick.
Tired about everyone's big dick. Can we all just shut the fuck up about it? Like, okay, sorry, right?
Now I'm the only person left. This is what happened. I tuned in. You motherfuckers. This is what I get. This is how I'm treated. I'm a guest. I showed up last minute as a guest because they said, we need somebody. I said, guys, I got you. I arrived. I came in. Boom. I set up the lights real quick. Guys, 30 minutes ago, I was in therapy. And now I'm here hosting a Twitch stream? What is Twitch? What are we doing? Now I'm doing a monologue on Sheer's Twitch? What's happening? Hughes, hey. What the fuck is going on, man?
Guys, my kids just took over my computer and shut me out.
Jerry, can you show us some dog handling techniques and tips?
So this is it. So we run with the dogs. Come on. We're running. And then we run and we stop. And we sit, boys, sit. Sit, boys. Show them. Sit, guys.
Jerry, are those your dogs?
I got them for the show. They were cheap rentals. Because of COVID, you don't have to have the handler. They just gave them to me.
Yeah, what's up, boy?
Whoa,
That's why I kind of start things. What? No,
I don't know what. Who are you? Who are you?
That's just me. Just like I'm like loose, and I'm just trying to like make the show feel like real, like fun, like confrontational and fun. That's my whole thing.
Okay, I've never heard of that combination. I'm actually texting my agent right now. And I'm not doing a bit. I'm being totally honest.
What are you texting your agent about right now? A big part? Rob, do you have a big part?
I'm one of those people. I always feel like if I talk about it, I'm gonna jinx it.
I understand.
But I'll tell you. If there's a way I can whisper it to you and everybody else,
no one can hear it. I think that honestly, if everyone in the chat just agree, let's mute. How about just tell everybody to turn down their volume? Let's just trust them.
Okay.
Hey, everybody in the chat right now, if you're watching this, just turn down your volume, and then we'll go like this, and then you can turn your volume back up.
Mm-hmm.
That I think is the best way to do it.
Okay.
Because I believe everyone's going to just turn down their volume right now. Yeah.
Okay. They're probably going to cast me as the new Iron Man in all the Marvel, and then but it's going to be also retroactive, so they'll go back and put me in the old ones and take RDJ out as like kind of like a fuck you.
What?
And then they'll put me in all the new ones too. So,
what?
But I don't want to jinx it.
Okay, all right. Well, Rob, that's a very exciting possibility. I think our audience would be very excited
They will, but it's right now. It's all I'm still figuring out with my phone and my agent, and that's just the life of a Hollywood actor.
Well, by the way, I know that you're probably getting a lot of heat and a lot of buzz because you and I right now are really on the Fortnite. Is it a Fortnite? The show comes out on Friday.
I'm not familiar with how to apply that term, but we're on the cusp of
the cusp.
Eve.
4 score and 7 years. No, I guess it would be
it's Knuckles Eve.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is Knuckles Eve. Get ready to get your mind blown by this 6-episode event on Paramount Plus that Rob and I are in. How many episodes of?
Great question. I think we're in 2 of them.
2 episodes.
Yeah.
Bringing back the beloved ESPN Ocho world.
ESPN Ocho. Yeah. Which is set up by which movie, Paul?
Dodgeball.
And a lot of our viewers were not alive for the original Dodgeball, so they'll really love this.
Well, I'm going to argue that a lot of Sonic's viewers were probably not alive, but that's why Sonic is funny, because it's good for the adults. It's good for the kids. I am thrilled to be in Sonic because
I am too. I'm really excited.
My kids go nuts about it. And the reviews have been great about this Knuckles miniseries. It's basically Idris Elba kicking ass and Pally being super funny and Carrie Elways.
I have a question for you. I went to the premiere on Saturday, and I can even send you a picture of me on the red carpet.
I saw you on the red carpet.
I thought that I would see you there. Oh, you saw me on the red carpet. You did?
I did. I was watching the Knuckles live stream.
Okay. I didn't see you at the premiere.
Well, they had a live stream of the red carpet, and I was watching that and rooting you on in spirit. Honestly, Rob, the reason why I didn't show up to the Knuckles premiere, and I'm going to be honest about this. I'm not going to lie.
We need a bumper called like Hollywood Inside Talk.
Oh, I love that. Can someone make that? Yeah, we need to be like show. Yeah, we have a sports bras. Could this be
we got sports bras.
Show
BTS
showbiz? We need like the Biz Bros.
Biz Bros.
I
like that. But someone will change it to Piss Bros, I bet.
Oh, I don't want that. Rob, why wasn't I at the Knuckles premiere? And the answer is simple.
Yeah.
There's Rob on the red carpet of the Knuckles premiere. I know that Hollywood was wondering, well, where is Paul?
Look at the price. Look at the price of the photo. I want you to notice, if you want to use this photo, look how much money you'll be paying for my photo. $400.
That's the photo I can buy.
Yeah, but
that's all I get. Do you autograph it or anything?
I don't know. You don't want the small one. You don't want the medium one. You definitely want the big one. I tell you what, if you will buy it, yeah, I'll sign it for you.
I want one in a wallet size so I can show it to my friends. All right. So Molly, show us what was going on at the premiere. This Saturday was the Knuckles premiere. Molly has some footage. There's Rob on the red carpet, looking great, looking dapper. All right. There's Pally and Ben Schwartz, Sonic and Knuckles,
and Idris is actually in the suit. He would not take it off the whole time. I kept talking to him. I was like, Idris, you must be so hot in there, and he was joking around. He was like, I'm not Idris, my name's Terry. And I was like, that's funny.
Well, yeah, because it's definitely, that's honestly the reason why I didn't come. The reason why I didn't go to the Knuckles premiere is I have a deathly fear of 6-foot-tall costume furry characters. I could not be there. I did not want to be.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
That's why my daughter wouldn't go also. I was like so psyched to finally be in something that didn't have like, dick jokes and something that was clean and like I could take my daughter to. She said she would go. I got ready. I could tell she was like dragging her feet a little bit, not really getting ready. I was like, okay, we're going. And she was like, I'm not going. And I was like, oh, why aren't you going? She was like, I'm scared of Knuckles. And I was like, oh. So she's scared of him too. That's okay, Paul.
They're too big. I don't want to get into those situations, because. And it's also probably related to my own thing, which is the first person I ever dated seriously was a furry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so whenever I see a big costume character, I there's a part of me that just thinks about what could have been, what would have been.
The person that you dated, what character, may I ask, were they?
Oh, you can ask. They were, I don't know if you remember seeing this Hanna-Barbera cartoon, but Snaggletooth. Molly, if you want to show a picture of my former...
I think that's before me. You might be a little bit older than me.
No, I don't think I am. I had Cartoon Network, so I was able to, that I don't even know. I mean, when I met Melissa...
I think you might be older than me.
Oh, all right. Well, again, I mean, look, I am 27. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh, wow. You're a little bit younger. So that's what my ex looked like.
Oh, yeah. Exit stage left. Something like that.
Exactly. So, so whenever I see a costume character like that, it does kind of at the Knuckles premiere. It has nothing to do with my my war with Adam Pally.
Okay. You dropped something there at the very end, but we can address that later. Hey, I wanted to ask you something real quick, and then because I don't like to dwell on things, I like to keep the show going.
Yeah,
keep the pace going.
By the way, me, I like a momentum. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, is my internet okay? You froze for a second there. I don't know if that was you or me.
You did not freeze.
Okay. Excuse my burp. So here's my question. And again, I don't want to dwell on this. I'm gonna hit it and then quit it. Okay. I'm gonna get in and get out. Are there any stories in the book that you wrote about this person that you dated who was a furry? Is that something?
Well, yeah. So my book, which comes out May 21st, it's called Joyful Recollections of Trauma. I am going to be going on a great book tour for it. But by the way, Rob, did you know that I got a pretty A+ moderator for my first book event?
Who is it?
The editor.
Let me guess. Who's the astrophysicist that everybody loves?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No.
Oh, I know. Dr. Ruth Westheimer.
Oh, Rob.
Yes,
she's passed.
What?
Oh, I didn't mean to. Rob, I did not mean to blow the. When? A couple years ago.
I have to call my agent.
No, Rob. Hey. Oh God.
Hey, it's Hubel. Start submitting me for all the Dr. Ruth Westheimer parts. Okay, she died, so tell everyone I'm available. Okay, bye.
First of all, Dr. Ruth didn't get like parts. She was a sex therapist they brought on television.
Look, Paul. There was a strike last year. There's a long period where I wasn't working, so I'm up for anything right now. You know what I mean? So don't slow me down.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, the first person that I got on my book tour, my premiere night moderator, is the editor of The New Yorker, David Remnick.
Oh my God!
I am very excited and incredibly overwhelmed. I mean, he's a Pulitzer Prize-winning author and a writer and a podcaster. He's everything. I am thrilled and kind of blown away. I feel like I'm making him slum it by going to Brooklyn Brewery to do this event. He's like, of course. Is that 92nd Street one?
You should try to kind of like, very subtly kind of quiz him to make sure he read the whole thing. Like,
I do that.
Yeah, ask him about stuff at the very last chapter.
I always I leave in little tidbits in there so I know I can capture people at the last second, just like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck did when they wrote the script of Good Will Hunting, where they put a nuclear bomb in the middle of the script, and whenever they went in for the meeting, if no one ever asked why is there a nuclear bomb in the middle of the script, they would know they hadn't read the script.
Is that a true story?
Yeah.
In the script that they sent out,
yes,
it would just suddenly mention a nuclear bomb,
something like that. Yes, and it was like a big thing that he could tell that if no one ever said that doesn't make any sense. I think it wasn't like the script goes off on a tangent and becomes like Cormac McCarthy's like on the road
thing. Yeah,
or the road.
Now, did you think about doing this? I had a funny idea for you, and I didn't want to tell you because I wasn't sure if you would be offended, but I know you have kids and stuff, but I was thinking it'd be funny on page 69 of the book if you had like, something just like, 69, do you get it? And that's all on that whole page. It was just like, 69.
You know what? It was, well,
just a thought, just an idea.
I appreciate that thought. It's a little bit too late for me to do that. But yes, thank you for that, that note. Okay. I did want to put a thing in the book that, that I kind of, I didn't do it, but I thought it would be funny. Like there's stories that I tell that kind of end because thematically it ends, but there might be some like lingering questions about, what was that, or how did that actually go down, and I was gonna just put in like an addendum at the end, be like, this will answer all your questions, like that were like needless facts, but if you were like, but where was that place again, like it would be there. And I didn't do it. June convinced me not to do it at the end, but I thought it would be funny to just have like, if you were worried about this, let me tell you about that,
how it figured. Okay, I want to do something very quick, and then I want to get off this fucking book.
Oh my God, Jesus, Rob!
Sorry.
You're going to be doing an event with me. I convinced you to come and do an event. You're going to do the virtual live signing event, which I'm very excited about.
I know.
So don't bail on it in front of everybody.
I won't. But that's virtual, so I'm just going to be here in my garage, or
that's what I figured. I figured it'd be easy for you to do because you don't have to leave your house.
Okay. Well, I wanted to do something with you very quickly to help you get ready for the book tour, and then
all right, sure.
I promise everybody we're going to get on.
I have a bunch of stuff to get into.
I know. Okay, Paul, when you're out on the road, you're going to meet a lot of people at these book signings, and so I wanted to role play with you a couple of very specific situations that might come up.
Okay.
With some of these fans of your book. Okay. So you be you, and I'll be, a certain type of person that's coming up to you to get my book signed.
Rob, this is great. You're right. Like, I'm going to be on this book tour. I'm going to be signing a lot of books. I'll be meeting a lot of people. I'd love to role play with you. All right. So here I am. All right. I'll be like this. And I'll start the scene a little bit and be like, I'm sorry, what's your name? Cleveland. There you go.
My name is Cleveland, and I just want to. I've been waiting in line for so long to meet you, and I just wanted to ask you. I've been waiting for like all day to ask you this question. Where's June?
Oh, my wife.
Where is she?
Okay, well now, first of all, put your hands
where
I can see him. Wait, no, she's not. No,
just June here. I'm not going to touch her.
Cleveland,
I don't touch her. I won't hurt her.
Now, the fact that you said that you're not going to touch her makes me believe that you might touch her. All right, Cleveland.
I just have a little cage that I want her to get in for a few minutes.
All right, no, please, Brooklyn Brewery people, where is the security? Oh no, no security because the book. Okay,
freeze. Okay, so it's back to me now, Paul. It's Rob.
Oh God, that was stressful.
I didn't love the way you did that. I didn't love how you instantly allowed it to escalate. This guy's already looking around for your wife, trying to. He said he wanted to put her in a cage, and your first instinct is to call security. You need to handle it yourself. You don't have time.
I'm sorry. I have to handle it? I thought that would be against. I would. No. Okay, I have to handle it myself.
June is in danger. All protocol about the bookstore or whatever is secondary. You need to save your wife, okay? And I'm only saying that from experience because my wife gets abducted all the time, and I always get yelled at. I'm always getting screamed at. My wife is like, I got abducted again. Come get me. And I'm like, oh, So I'm just telling you, someone shows up at the book signing, they try to take June. You take matters into your own hands. I would carry pepper spray, nunchucks, taser, one of those like throat pinchers, what's it called? Pliers. You just take some pliers, grab them.
Wait, that's called a throat pincher? Okay.
Or you could use a sex whip. I don't know where you would get one.
Okay. Right, well, yeah, from you, you know exactly where. Okay.
The next scenario, new character.
Okay.
That you're signing. And I'm just going to I'm just gonna do this, and you tell me how to deal with it. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Paul.
Michael Caine?
Do you remember me?
Well, I mean,
It's Michael Caine.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, Paul. The reason I've come here
Hmm.
is to tell you.
Pepper spray.
I'm such a fan. And
Oh, wait a second. I thought he was doing something creepy.
No, freeze. Okay, Paul, you cannot pepper spray cinematic legend Michael Caine.
But
is
you
he
said
alive?
to take things.
Is he still alive? We don't know
Michael
if he's
Caine is still alive, right?
Okay, thank God. Great. First of all, shout out to me. Great Michael Caine accent. Flawless.
I knew who you were right away. I was like, wow.
Flawless.
I was like, Molly, how did we get Michael Caine in the chat?
Now you can't. To be clear, you cannot just pepper spray someone until a threat has been made.
Got it.
In that situation, Michael Caine was just showing up as a fan.
But he said, I want to tell you something.
Yes.
And that felt like a threat.
Well, I can't control what feels like a threat. It has to be legally, in a court of law beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay. Now the last scenario, and then we're going to get off the book thing. Okay?
By the way, I know a lot about Beyond a Reasonable Doubt. Let me tell you, thank goodness for that.
What do you mean?
Just, there's been some things. Thank goodness for that.
I wouldn't bring up old criminal trials right before you release a book.
The book release, right? I'm not supposed to talk about that. That's what my publisher says. Do not talk about that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Last character. Are you ready?
Yeah. I mean, what would I even do with a full-grown hippo?
What?
I was thinking back to the time I was on trial for, they said, allegedly stealing a hippo from the zoo. What would I even do with that? Like, where would it go? You would.
And now I gotta Google all this. I never knew that you were on trial for stealing a full-grown hippo or one of those little ones.
Trumped up charges because they had found all this hippo food in my house, which was. Okay, well, I don't want to get lost in the sauce here. Okay, give me the thing. You're Cleveland again?
No, I'm a new character. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Shear.
Oh, hi,
Hi.
Little boy.
Hi, how are you? Excuse me?
Hi, you.
What did you call me?
Little boy?
No. I'm an old lady. I'm an
Oh.
old lady. How dare you?
But you look so young at heart.
Son of a bitch.
Hey,
I was
whoa.
going to get my book signed for my family, but now I'm not because you misgendered me and you thought I was a child.
Okay, I get that.
I planted
That's
a
all you're
bomb.
gonna. Wait, hold on.
There's a bomb in the bookstore. There's a fucking bomb. Blow up the bomb. Blow up the bomb. Ah!
Bear mace.
Good. That was perfect. That's what you should do because.
All right. I'm glad I had that bear mace.
Screwed up at the very beginning because you can't just assume because someone is little that it's a little boy.
You're right.
It was an old lady.
Okay.
But once she said there was a bomb, you did the right thing. Is you pepper spray her. And
Okay,
then you
great.
Ignore the bomb and just keep pepper spraying her.
Well, Rob, I appreciate you giving me these tips and hints because like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot of these events. You'll be at some of these events inadvertently. You guys will probably be out having drinks or dinner while I'm signing books after a dinosaur show. But I would, I need this because I'm going to be all alone up there. I'm not going to have, my normal bodyguard. He left.
Who are you using these days for a bodyguard?
I used Razor for all my LA stuff. And then in New York, I just always used Blaze.
Blaze is your guy?
Blaze is my New York guy. Yeah. Because he fits in more too. But he,
and is he allowed to carry lethal weapons?
He is, but apparently he's not doing it anymore because I guess, that thing in People magazine, Star Treks, like they
I love it. Yeah. I love
it. they got a clip of him, like a little piece of him in like behind Jennifer Lopez. And apparently someone just saw how manicured his goatee was, and now he's a goatee model.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Blaze is going to be a professional goatee model?
Yeah, apparently it's been great for him. He's already gotten like 5 different jobs. And they did this one thing. It was telling me, we were texting yesterday. He goes, my man. And I was like, what's up, Blaze? And he was like, you'll never believe this shit. He was like, they put gray in my beard only for me to take the gray out my beard. And because I guess he's doing a just for men, gray beard thing, so great. So he's he's doing a lot of stuff. Still no words, but it's just when they need a strong jawline with hair on it, they're gonna go to him.
A hairy jawline.
A hairy jawline.
That's fantastic. Well, good for him. Paul, I did notice on your social meds, that you went to some sort of pickleball tournament in New York. Am I
we went to a charity. Talk about that? Yeah, I was telling you, we actually went to a charity event in Cashiers, North Carolina, where your brother-in-law is.
I thought it was in, for some reason, I thought it was in New York.
No, it was in Cashiers. And some people call it Cashiers. Some people call it Cashiers. But it's right. Cashiers is right. And I went out there with our good friend Danielle Schneider. And we had a great time. We raised some money for Baby to Baby. But Rob, I gotta tell you,
what is it?
I'm a little broke right now because
happened?
Molly, can you show what happened? I'm trying to help out a buddy. I got this DM the other day from Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet?
And I want to help him.
So he DM'd you, hey, it's Timothy Chalamet. I'm messaging you from a private account. We want to start shooting Dune 3, but we're having budget issues. Can you cash at me $600 so we can start filming? I'm with Javier Bardem as well. Nissan Al-Gab. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, exactly. That's his name that he uses on social media, so people don't get if you put Timothy Chalamet on Instagram, it would be weird. So I cash app Nissan Al-Gab.
I would totally send money to him.
Well, I did.
Yeah,
I sent him. Well, I mean, I texted him back. I was like, "Does this help at all for Dune 3?" And he said, "Well, I need a little bit more." And so then I texted him some more. Anyway, I'm $5,000 into the hole, and so far it doesn't seem like Dune 3 is getting any closer. And then I read an article the other day that the director said, "Oh yeah, I don't even really have a plan for Dune 3. I'm not there yet." And I'm like, I'm
wondering where the money went that you sent.
Well, I mean, and they keep on hitting up Timothy Chalamet and getting nothing. And I'm just
Nissan Al-Gabe.
Well, Nissan Al-Gabe, is that's just a fictional person. He makes his Cash App Nissan Al-Gabe because imagine if. Can you imagine if you just typed in like Timothy Chalamet to Cash App, you'd be in a day like, hey man, give me $5. Hey man, give me $5. And that's what he says. He says, no, Nissan Al-Gabe. That's just for us to know. Yeah. But I'm just I'm a little like,
I'm so sorry, man, that you're. Well, I'm happy to Cash App you some money.
Wait, hold on. He just texted me again. Hold on. He just texted me again. Oh, this is interesting.
Maybe they're gonna
he goes, if you want more sandworms, can you Cash App me $2,000?
I do like the sandworms.
I love the sandworms.
It's like my favorite part of the Dune franchise.
I'm gonna hit him up.
Yeah. Okay. How much here? Why don't you send him a couple thousand from you and a couple thousand from me? Because I like.
Okay. Yeah. And by the way, this is great. We have a lot of people. We have thousands of people watching right now. If everybody can Cash App Timothy Chalamet. He goes by Nissan Al-Gabe. We can get Dune 3 going. This is gonna be great, Rob. We actually can make a difference.
A great story too. There'll probably be a lot of publicity about this happening right now. This is
this is great news. So Timothy
Vertius just sent $600. Everybody else better.
Okay, this is great news. Friend Zone is gonna help get Dune 3 on the map. Timothy, we got your back. We're ready for it.
Can I tell you a little Timothy Chalamet real life story?
Yeah.
I'm a bad dad. I'll make it very short. My daughter is in first grade and
with Timothy?
No, he's out of first grade, but he made the movie recently called Wonka,
Yes.
which is, he's Willy Wonka. And my daughter loved it and has seen it like a million times. And, he sings the songs. It's like a musical. He sings a lot, and
they hide it in the trailer, but
I
it is
don't
indeed a
know.
musical.
It was the weirdest. Yeah. But anyway, so we listened to the songs all the time. So I screwed up and I told my daughter, I was trying to kind of like brag. Do you ever do that with your kids where you kind of like, oh, I know so-and-so, to try to impress your kids?
Oh, yeah. My kids are so psyched that I've met Jack Black.
Yeah.
Like they love Jack Black and they love Adam Sandler. And like the two of those, and Seth Rogen. Those are their three like favorite people.
Yeah. Well, my only connection to Chalamet, I mean, I did a tiny little indie movie that he was in 5-6 years ago.
Whoa, wait, is that the movie you did with Rachel Harris?
No, that was
no.
a different one. Yeah, this is a different one called Miss Stevens. And but anyway, that was not my claim to him. My connection to him was through Sex Lives of College Girls, because Pauline is his sister. So I thought, and I was shooting Sex Lives of College Girls. So I told my daughter, this is a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, I'm going to see his sister. Do you want me to tell?
Right.
This is rough. Pass along a message to Timothy Chalamet. Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
Why would you put yourself out there like that?
No, I was trying to impress her because she doesn't get impressed by anything. She doesn't care what I do. She's not impressed by me. So anyway, she went to school and she made a little origami thing, like a little swan or something. Gave it to me. It was very cute. Gave it to me to give to Chalamet through his sister. So I'm shooting trash. Paul, you know me too well. You know me too well. I threw it in the garbage.
Rob.
I went to Sex Lives of College Girls.
Oh, Rob.
And then to make it even worse, I saw Pauline and I was like, Pauline, I was just trying to make conversation. I was like, this is really dumb. If you ever meet my daughter really wanted me to give you this little origami thing. She goes, give it to me. I'll give it to him tonight. And I was like, Pauline.
Oh no, Rob, you could have done it.
He was so nice. And I just blew it because I threw my daughter's origami away. So the only reason I bring this up is for any of you people that don't have kids yet, remember this lesson. If they make a little origami thing and ever tell you to give it to Pauline Chalamet, to give to Timothy Chalamet, just do it. Just do it.
It's a very specific thing, Rob.
I know, but it's going to come up. It's going to come up for a lot of people. Anyway.
I was in London with our friend Rich Fulcher, and Rich was talking about being in Wonka. He's in Wonka.
I didn't know that. I haven't seen it.
It's great.
Daughter,
but whenever he would refer, he'd always call him Timmy. And by the way, are you working with my friend Gracie Lawrence, who's on College Life of the College Show?
You don't even know the name of the show. It's not called
Sex Lives of College Girls.
It's called Sex Lives of College Girls. She may be on there.
Okay, got it.
But
she's a new cast member.
Okay. Oh, great. I have a very
you are with.
I was kind of.
Father.
I'm a dad. Like I'm not on there that much. I'm a dad, and when I'm on there with my daughter and like.
Well, let me talk about this. Let me. This is an interesting thing, and I read this on Dumois. You know Dumois. Dumois is like that gossip site. People submit things. Says seen on Paramount lot. Rob Hubel with blonde highlights, rocking Tevias and short sleeve muscle tee, trying to fit in with college students on set of.
This keeps coming up that I've had some trouble with security guards on the lot because I filmed my scenes, but
because your daughter left the show.
I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about it.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
I think that's public. I think that's public information.
I thought that was public information.
I think that's public. Yes. the woman that plays my daughter on the show is she's a pop star, so she's off to do cool music stuff.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I filmed my scenes and had a great time. Super fun, very funny. And then afterwards I thought to myself, why can't I just continue on to be on the show? Like, why not just try to blend in, and I'll create a new character for myself. So that's what I did. I got blonde highlights, and I started wearing a muscle tee and Tevas and hanging.
Well, no, Rob,
out.
I know you're 22, but that's way too old to be in college.
Well, it's not. I mean, is it? Because there are some older kids that stay around, and like graduate students or like a teacher's assistant, something like that. I'm not sure.
I think the thing that has been freaking people out, if you want to know, I mean, because I'm on all the actor message boards, the Discords, I get all the emails, the actor emails where we're just talking the craft of acting. I think the thing that revealed you was you kept on saying like, ooh, 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 Mr. Carter. And I don't know if people understood that as
a lot of people didn't catch that reference. Yeah, it's from a show in the 70s called Welcome Back, Kotter, which was a show about some high schoolers with John Travolta, very young John Travolta.
Right.
But
this is like right after Pulp Fiction, he did that, right?
People didn't like that. And then I got in trouble because I kept bringing like my own props. You know how sometimes people bring like their own teeth to set, something like that. I brought my own beer bong, and I was like, hey, where's the party? And they were like, who's that in the background? They're like, oh, it's Rob Hebel. Like, get him out. So I got.
Well, Rob, I think you're going to pass as a college kid. You're talking about disappointing your daughter.
Yes.
My son came home this week.
Was this Vanilla Ice or Twanch?
This is Vanilla Ice. Okay. And my youngest, Vanilla Ice. And Vanilla Ice says, Dad, promise me we will never go to Alaska. And I go, okay, why don't you want to go to Alaska? And he goes, because there are killers in Alaska. And I go, all right, I know my son hasn't watched Dexter, but I was like, what do you mean? And then he told me this name, and I don't remember this name offhand, but I type in this name and this video comes up.
What?
You should not come to Alaska. Hello, my name is Urban. I am one of the Ursenrot people. We live deep in the mountains of Yupik territory, in deep underground caves and lairs. We spend our days fishing and hunting, unless we are interrupted. Although we are little, we can still do terrible things to you. When any hunters come through and disturb these lands, we get very territorial. We will lure you off the pathway with strange sounds until they are completely lost. Then we will appear and offer you help, and if you accept, it will be the biggest mistake you ever make. We will take you deeper into the bush and tie you up in a tree. Then we will throw rocks at you, poke you, laugh at you, and leave you to the wild wolves and bears to return you to Mother Nature. So if you're ever in Yupik territory, be respectful and do not disturb our lands. And always remember.
Is that from the Alaska Tourism Board? Like, who?
Alaska, the money they spent was really not good. That like they got the wrong message out. It really scares the shit out of kids.
Did your son really see that, or did you come across
Yes,
that?
this is like a video that's being passed around between kids on the playground. My kid is in first grade, and he's learning about these ocelot people who leave your body to the wolves.
It really looks a lot like the band Slipknot, like if they were kids up in Alaska. Man, that's really, that would be upsetting to a little bit. I don't let my daughter look at the internet unless I'm with her. Like,
we only have them do YouTube Kids, but sometimes at school.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, and like I don't think that there's anything overtly bad about that. So I think that one sneaks through because it's not. Sure. It's basically saying like. It's just basically children saying how they're going to lure you. Yeah. I mean, the worst thing that they do is they throw rocks and laugh at you.
They throw really big rocks. Like
those rocks are pretty big.
The size of that rock was really big.
I like when that one character says, "It's the worst mistake you'll ever make." But yeah, so my son is violently afraid of going to Alaska. And again, I just want to reach out to anyone on the Alaska Tourism Board. You made a very bad video. While it does show the beauty and splendor of your beautiful state, it also scares the shit out of children.
People are not going to come there. Man, I just listened to a podcast, no big deal, I can afford it. On the New York Times Daily. Is from a couple days ago, but it was about it was about timeshares and about this guy who used to be a cop. I think he was like a California highway patrolman, who basically, it's like a timeshare scam. So he and his wife had a timeshare, and they were trying to just get rid of it because their kids are grown and like they never go to their timeshare. Their timeshare is like up in Lake Tahoe or something. And one day they got a call from this company that said, "Hey, would you guys be interested in selling your timeshare?" And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, of course." And they only paid like $8,000 for their timeshare.
Sure.
And the company was going to pay them like $10,000 or something like that. So the guy was like psyched. He was like, "Oh, I can unload this timeshare. This will be great." It turns out, this is a long podcast, but
so excited.
It was a scam that this Mexican cartel does. And this guy has now wired them tons of money, like almost $1 million, because
I would never fall for anything stupid like that.
Well, that's what this guy's like. They have this guy in the podcast you talked, and he's like an older guy, but he was like a cop, and he's like, he seems smart, but he's so mad at himself.
Oh, I can get that. I mean, you know what I should do? Like, I should ask Timothy Chalamet about this, because he,
I'm not
going to fall for something dumb like that. I'll ask Timothy to help him out.
This is why I bring it up. The thing that you mentioned earlier about Dune 3.
Yeah.
It seems kind of like this. It seems like a scam where
there's no timeshares. If he was Timothy wasn't asking me about timeshare. He was asking me about financing Dune 3. It's very different.
The scam may be different, but it is still a scam.
Wait, so this guy,
So this guy ended up, at first they're like, "Hey, congratulations, we sold the timeshare. We're going to send you the money. We just have to hold on to it for a little while. And because this company that bought it is in Mexico, there's some closing costs, blah, blah, blah. You just need to like wire them a couple $1,000 and that'll be held in escrow, blah, blah, blah." So we did that. And then it just escalated. And like, of course, the guy's judgment was not great, but he ended up wiring them over like the course of a couple of years, like almost $1 million. Like, and
what?
Even as recently as like last month, the reporter on the New York Times was like, he just wired them like another $150,000. And like, I'm like, what is this guy thinking?
$150,000.
And
what are they using to threaten?
Well, the scam is, they said, "Look, now that you sold that timeshare, our company is also starting this like new resort, and we're trying to get backers for this, and it's going to be awesome." It's like a very elaborate thing. They had this whole, script or whatever. But anyway, so this reporter got to the bottom of it, and the guy is still out $1 million, like $900,000.
Whoa.
But it was, basically he just had to keep wiring money because he thought he was investing in this new property. And I was just like,
oh my God.
It makes me so worried about
it's like these scams now are really interesting.
All old people are just going to get fucked.
By the way, even young people, because I think what they've been doing now is they've been using AI to ape people's voices. I will tell you this, though.
Andy Cohen was on the Today Show talking about Andy Cohen lost like a ton of money to some other scam. It was some other thing where his bank supposedly called him. And then, he was like, "I thought it was weird that I was getting called by my bank, blah, blah, blah." But anyway, they gave him a number. He would call back. Every time they would answer, it'd be like Citibank, and they'd put him through the right person. It was all fake. But they had like fake websites, fake links, fake everything. And he was just like wiring money. I think it was crazy.
This stuff is absolutely scary, which is why the Jason Statham movie, The Beekeeper, is more relevant than ever. The premise of that movie is Felicia Rashad is a friend of Jason Statham. She gets internet phished. She loses all of her money. She kills herself. And then Statham decides to avenge her death by killing everyone in the organization. And let me tell you, Rob, it goes all the way up.
Oh my God. I want this guy on the daily podcast to watch The Beekeeper. He'll be so psyched.
I will tell you this. My mom has a timeshare. They have a timeshare in Walt Disney World, right? So it's on the property of Walt Disney World, and it's in the hotels. So it's like, there are many hotels there, and there are parts of it that are hotels, and there are parts that are timeshares. And it's I guess as simple as you could go as far as buying timeshares, because it's part of the Disney company. You're really only staying within the Disney company. It's Disney hotels. So my mom has these points for one hotel. And then a couple years later, she bought some points for another hotel. And then a couple years later, she bought some points for another hotel. So she basically has 5 different timeshares all on the Disney lot. Now, each hotel is different. So you could borrow.
Oh, wait, sorry, I zoned out at the beginning. This is at Disney World or at Disneyland?
Disney World, Disney Hawaii, and Disneyland. Anywhere there's a Disney hotel, it's, you could, I don't think it works in Shanghai. I don't think it works in Tokyo, but just like in the continental United States.
Yeah.
So say if my mom wants to stay in one hotel, we'll use those points. But if she doesn't have enough points, like, well, you have to borrow from the other hotel's points, and it's going to actually cost you like triple the points. But even though they're all in the same pocket, right? And then the points go bad, and you have to pay for points. You got to pay insurance on points.
What?
So the long story short is, my stepfather passes away a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And these points are very valued. People love these points. They're Disney points.
And to be clear, you had nothing to do with his passing.
No foul play.
Because that keeps coming up and everybody keeps accusing you. And I always say, as far as I know, Paul had nothing.
His shirt smelled like liquor. There was an open beer can next to him and 2 bottles of Jack Daniels. And he just drove off that cliff. And a lot of people said, well, his foot was taped to the gas pedal. I was like,
people do.
How do you even know?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everyone thinks they got out the answers to everything. I'm like,
So
anyway,
keep going.
So my stepfather has passed away, and these points are super valuable. Like, they literally are traded on like these Disney like underground websites where it's like, I'll give you some points and you could take these points, and it's all very intense.
Yeah.
And so my mom has them for life. And I said, well, now that, my stepfather has passed, I was like, you should put my name on it just in case anything happens, because you don't want to lose those points. You've put a lot of money in for the decades that you've done it.
This sounds a little sneaky, but keep going.
All right. So she's like, yeah, I'll put you on the thing. To get my name on these timeshares, Rob, I spent thousands of dollars.
What?
I had to get death certificates, right? A legitimate death certificate for each hotel. So it wasn't a photocopy of a death certificate. I had to get like a officially stamped death certificate.
So they just don't want those points they don't want people to transfer those points.
6 of those, 6 death certificates.
How many people did you kill?
Well, I'll get into that. No, because she's having 5 different properties, but they're all under the Disney banner. You pay one fee, right? And then to get his name off and my name on, I had to pay $1,000 fee for each hotel. There was nothing that combined. And Disney's like, well, yeah, we don't control it. We actually go to our timeshare lawyers who do it. I spent so much money to simply just put my name on this thing. And you thought, oh, it's Disney, they'll be right. It was the stupidest thing ever. And now I got these points, and I gotta tell you, they're pretty great.
Well, I'm sending Molly a video. Molly, I just sent you a video on Instagram, to the Friend Zone Instagram, because I want to, if anything ever happens, by the way, we should reformat our Twitch show and just make it about timeshares.
I would love it.
Someone said, Portable Jeff says, my new Twitch obsession is scam baiters who act like old ladies and keep the scammers on the line and keep wasting their time. I would like to watch that.
I love scam baiters. I do that all the time. I sit with people for so long. It's my favorite thing to do because if I'm driving in the car, I've got nothing else going on. Let me go talk to this person.
God. I saw a guy. I mean, this is a longer story, but I saw a guy on YouTube who was like a hacker himself.
Oh, yeah.
And he got kind of like hacked or whatever. He ended up like figuring out where this call center was in India, hacking into their computers, using their cameras on their computers, and then like saying like, I see you, like figuring out everybody's name.
Yeah.
And then like talking to the guys like, I know who you are. I know exactly what like these guys just fucked with the wrong guy. It was so cool.
Well, it's such a crapshoot. Yeah, go ahead.
Back to the timeshare thing, just really quick. I do know a guy who can get you out of your timeshare no matter what the situation is. I sent a video to Molly. Molly, if you have it.
Terry?
It's
you own a timeshare and you need to get out of that timeshare, but you don't know how to get out of that timeshare, or you call me, Greg Gator, the timeshare eliminator. I'll get you out of that timeshare. Or my name isn't Greg Gator, the timeshare eliminator. Right here is my wife. Isn't she gorgeous? Call us today.
So, you know, that's a real guy, Greg Gator.
Greg Gator.
Call him, he can get you out of your timeshare, no questions.
I like Greg Gator. I like the cut of his jib. You know, I don't want to break the illusion here, but I got to tell you this thing that is worth it, I think. You've been posting those videos online, and my mom said to me, you should ask Rob about the timeshare thing because that's why he's now doing that. And I said, what are you talking about? And she was like, he has all these videos on his Instagram that he does, like he helps people with their timeshares. And I'm like, what? And then I remembered Greg Gator, and I was like, Mom, he's doing a bit. He says his name is Greg Gator. She's like, I thought it was just like him just being funny, but he was doing, you know, timeshare stuff now. And I was like,
oh my gosh.
She's like, you know,
we need to scam your mom. I would love.
My mom would buy it. My mom is ready to call.
Jay Sweat says this sounds like two 80-year-old men talking. Jay Sweats, look, I hope for that comment you get scammed into some kind of timeshare and someone takes all your money.
By the way, I will say,
yes, this does sound like two old guys.
Well, no, I'm going to say, in fairness, my mom is in her 70s, and I am telling you a story about my mom reacting to a video. So technically, you're kind of right. It wasn't like I was confused that Rob was a timeshare eliminator.
All right.
But I guess people don't want to hear our hot timeshare takes.
Yeah, you don't want to hear our takes on timeshares? Okay, what do you guys want? Sports bras? I got something for you, Paul.
Oh, yeah. What do you got?
Do sports bras real quick? Okay.
Yeah.
Sports bras. Sports bras. What's our take?
If you got a hot take on sports, gotta watch sports bras. So, Paul, as you know, tomorrow is the NFL draft. It is draft
Big day.
Draft Eve. Merry Draft Eve, everyone.
Merry Draft Eve. It's a fortnight before the draft.
Okay, so Paul, I have some mock drafts in front of me. I'm just going to hit you with some names of guys coming out of college, going into the draft, and you tell me what team you think they're going to go to. It doesn't have to be no one knows, you know, people are speculating. We have some idea for a lot of these guys, but you tell me where you think, what team you think this guy should go to. Okay. This person is probably going to be number one in the draft. Caleb Williams, quarterback at USC. Where do you think he's going to end up? Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams, I believe should, well, I mean, we're talking about, like, you know,
it could be right or wrong. Do you want me to tell you where people?
No, I'll go like this. The Commanders.
Okay, Commanders. Great. Okay, LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels, number 2 pick, probably in the draft. Where's he going to go?
Bears.
Okay, you heard it here first, everybody. JJ McCarthy, QB from Michigan. Where's he going to go? Probably going to be number 3 in the draft.
Patriots.
Okay, you heard it here first. Couple more, Paul. You're doing great. According to a lot of these mock drafts. Well, let's stick with QBs just because I feel like that's more might be more in our wheelhouse here. Okay, Drake May, quarterback from North Carolina, is going to go early. Where do you think he's going to go?
Interesting, right? Because who needs a QB? I'm going to say, look, I think a lot of people are going to want this guy. If it's me,
Yes.
I'm saying, I think the Chargers, well, no, Chargers or Giants.
Okay. Some people say the Vikings. Paul says the Chargers. I would like it if it was the Chargers.
It'd be fun.
Okay. Couple more QBs. Bo Nix from Oregon is going to go up near the top also. Where's he going to go play quarterback?
Bo Nix. All right. Bo Nix, I feel like, did we say, let's see. I said Tennessee. Did I say Tennessee Titans?
You haven't said that.
Tennessee Titans.
Okay. You heard it here first. And lastly, my wife's favorite from the University of Washington Huskies, Joel McHale's alma mater, Michael Penix Jr. Where is he going to go? Great quarterback.
This is a great one. Michael Penix. Well, again, the Bears do need a quarterback. Is he the best? Because if I'm the Bears,
he's pretty great. I think he's the best.
Give me again. What's his name?
Penix. Penix.
I'm trying to think of what. Because I think when you're drafting, you also have to figure out what's going to look good on a jersey and stuff like that too, right?
Okay.
Where they might want to be, and when it's I'm going to say, pull the slot machine lever, let yourself hit a jackpot because that guy is going to the Vegas Raiders.
Great call, Paul. You're really good at this. Are you in the draft? You personally, have you put yourself?
I'm going to be a late rounder.
Oh, great.
JJ McCarthy and I were out there the other day, just tossing the pigskin around a little bit.
Yeah.
Showing off what we got.
You guys both were out there tossing the pigskin?
I was watching him at the combine, and I had football and I was tossing it around. He was right there.
Okay, so you guys weren't throwing it back and forth, because when you described it at first, it sounded like you were also.
No. I mean, yeah, we were kind of hamming it up a little bit, the two of us.
I see. Great.
For me, it's just sort of like, I just feel like we're brothers, when we get in, look, we share the language of football.
Yeah. Perfect. I love it. I
mean, I was saying to, Joe Alt, Joe Alt?
I personally, no, I don't.
I was saying to Joe Alt the other day, I was like,
yeah, I know who he is, but yeah.
I'm like, Notre Dame, Schmotre Dame, right? I'm like,
okay.
When you get out on that field, when you are having to represent a team and I do think it's going to be Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm going to say to him, I'm like, you don't know what it's like. And this guy, and he says, he looks at me right in the eye and he goes, you want me to sign that? And I was like, well, you can sign whatever you want. I'm telling you, shit's going to be crazy.
Okay. The other sports bra thing I wanted to show you was, Molly, this is a guy, he's like a Viking guy who jumps off cliffs and stuff like this. It's a video I sent Molly. This is not an official sport, but I think this guy is a great athlete, and whatever he's doing should be someone should be making money off of this sport.
Okay.
I just want to watch this video.
Ken Storms is a modern-day Viking that holds the death diving world record for diving 132 feet into the cold waters of Norway. Death diving, called døds in Norwegian, has the diver jump with outstretched arms facing the water before landing in a cannonball or pike position as they meet the water. Ken, an infantry combat veteran, wanted to bring the world record back to Norway, where the sport originated. The Viking frequently posts videos of both insane stunts and the tranquil vistas of Norway. Ken said to Norwegian publication NRK, "I'm a person who needs to do things. I like to have something to strive for, and like to do things that can be a little risky."
A little risky?
Death
Shit,
diving.
Norway. Any country that originates something called death diving, shit's gone wrong. Shit has gone wrong.
And for no reason, he's doing it with like battle axes, like just giant like axes, like that. It seems like you would really land on an axe and.
Oh my God! I mean, that is truly. I mean, I love that. I love that.
Is that something you would do? Would you ever?
Yeah,
want
of course I'd do it.
Okay.
Because you know what? Like, I want to fucking knock Norway down a notch.
Thank you.
Get ready, death divers. Because Paul Scheer's here, and I'm gonna dive into your depth, no matter how cold it is. As a matter of fact, I've been known, get this, to go on one of the fastest slides at Typhoon Lagoon, located in Orlando, Florida. That's right. On the property of Walt Disney World. And I went in there and I survived. And you know what, death divers? Go fuck yourself.
Wow. Paul, you just threw down the gauntlet. I hope that How Did This Get Made never goes to Norway or any place like that, because they're gonna cash those checks.
Bring it. Paul. By the way, you know who's great? A great new show, Conan O'Brien. It's called Conan Must Go. Yeah, and every episode it's a travel show, and he goes to Norway in the first episode. It's really, really funny.
Oh, good. I've seen some clips online.
I want to show you this. This is maybe part of our showbiz talk.
Yeah.
But you know, Rob, I love Kate Blanchett. Biz Bros. Now it's time for Biz Bros. Talking about biz. Biz Bros. Like who's on the phone? Agent, lawyer, manager. I'll give him a percentage of my money.
Set. I can't talk now because I'm on set.
Timothy Chalamet. So I found this clip compilation that someone put together that killed me. I don't want to explain it more than just saying this. A world famous actress, Kate Blanchett, who we all love. She's fantastic.
Right. Yeah.
She's got a pet peeve. Oh, no. And it keeps on coming up, and you will be shocked about what it is.
Okay.
I understand leaf blowers, and I don't understand golf. About leaf blowers, if I see a leaf blower, I will. Leaf blowers, I go from 0 to 1,000. I moving leaves from one place to another. You blow leaves from one side of the pavement to the other side of the pavement, only for them to be blown back again, and then you go, oh, I'm going to blow them again. To have the wind go and blow them back in the first place. I cannot. It's all that is wrong with the human race. I could be here for 3 hours talking to you about leaf blowers. They drive me nuts. I hate them so much. Gardeners, I mean, their faces, they know that what they're doing is stupid. I'm like a barking dog. Like I'm going, squirrel! If I say leaf blower, it's just, that's it. I'm gone for the rest of the afternoon. It's like, what happened to the broom? I hate leaf blowers so much.
Wow, that is a strong opinion.
She says she's gone for the afternoon upon sight of the leaf blower.
I gotta say, I don't disagree. But I'm very lucky because do you know where I live, Paul?
Yes, you live across the street from Michael Myers' house.
But what city do I live in California? What town?
Pasadena.
Thank you. People put it all together. But there was recently some sort of
Pasadena.
There's some sort of ordinance or something that was passed here in Pasadena where you can't use the loud gas ones out here anymore. You have to have these new electric ones that go like wee, and so they're like super quiet and it's fantastic. But I agree with Kate Blanchett. In fact, I would like to meet up with her personally and talk to her about it personally.
Well, I think that's odd. What I love about that is that she seems to have produced a picture of a leaf blower with her. Like she carries it with her like her arch nemesis is a leaf blower.
What's weird too is that was in several different press where that came, I don't know why that keeps coming up with her.
I mean, she says it's the worst thing for the human race is a leaf blower. Now, I got to say, as an owner of a leaf blower, not gas powered, battery powered, it's one of the best things. But I will agree with her that at the end of it, you just have a pile of leaves. I use it all the time, especially when we're having like people over to play pickleball because it cleans out the court. And
now, let me ask you a question, because this has come up where it's another one of those things where I've had to defend you a little bit, and I've never really asked you, but is there a button on the leaf blower that you have that goes in reverse where it starts like sucking really hard? Like,
why?
Well, I wouldn't have even brought it up. I would not have even brought it up, Paul. And I can already tell that you're getting upset. But some of your neighbors said that they saw you in the backyard.
Such bullshit. I do not put a wig on there and googly eyes and use it as some sort of sex trap.
Okay, that's all that needs to be said.
Is that what you heard? Did somebody say that?
A lot of people are saying that you put googly eyes on and there's like a wig, and that you're using it to maybe like get off somehow. Like it's like,
I can't believe that. Okay. And I would never put a dress on a leaf blower.
Look,
did you say that?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm hoping that none of this is true. The fact that you're adding details that I didn't mention seems suspicious.
No, it just makes me pissed off if people are like, oh, I saw you at the restaurant the other night with, it looked like your wife, but then I got closer look and it's just fucking leaf blower with googly eyes. And, it's like, why are we even judging people so harshly? It's like that we can't have relationships with whoever we'd like.
The more we discuss this, the worse it's becoming for you. I'm worried because of your book coming out and everything. And now it sounds like you're on dates with I'm
not going on dates. It's not even that serious. It's just hanging out. I'm married.
Is there a sexual component to it?
No, there's not a sexual.
But the answer is that you do have a reverse button on your leaf blower that sucks.
Yes, that sucks.
Okay, that's all
I did not have sexual relations with that leaf blower.
End of story. Great. Then let's leave it at that.
I can't believe you bring that up to me.
I didn't, Paul. That's the thing, is like, I'm not bringing it up. I'm clearing the air. Someone else brought it up, and I was hoping that, and
by the way, I do want to talk to you about what you've been calling me. I hear you say it again, Paul.
Yeah, what's wrong with Paul?
Well, I think I need a nickname.
A nickname?
I think I would like a nickname. I feel like I need a nickname, and I didn't want to just like throw this on you, but I wanted to have a nickname. And I came up with some ideas for you.
Names for Paul. Paul. Polly Pocket. Paul Wright. Paul Revere.
That's disrespectful.
Paulrus. All. Pollywog.
Do you like any of these?
Bee pollen.
Bee pollen.
The Fall of Jake Paul.
The Fall of Jake Paul.
Okay. It's a long
Call
one.
of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is pretty good. How long does this video go on?
I am
5 hours.
appalled.
I mean, if you like any of these,
Abdul.
Paul
Abdul. That's disrespectful.
She really
To the window. To the Paul. That's Paul I have time for.
So any of those jump out at you?
Now, I don't mind Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
I'm curious why that came up in your feed, in your algorithm. I mean, were you on TikTok and you were like, hey, I'm thinking about a nicknames for Paul.
And I just got to get some quick nicknames out. I just like, well, look, I think what TikTok is saying is like, Paul, you're a cool guy and you may need a nickname for yourself. And I was like, all right, great. And I said, all right, what do you got, Polly Pocket? I was talking to myself. Okay. I normally say, what do you got, Paul? But I said, what's up? To the window, to the Paul. Let's go to TikTok and check it out.
I wanted to show you something.
Yeah.
I'm still upset that.
How about Sarah Paulson?
Sarah Paulson is a good one. I'm upset that person said this sounds like two 80-year-old men, but I want to show you a video, Molly, of some 100-year-old men in a race. And this is a track and field event featuring 100-year-old men, and I want you to get ready to have your
video.
Huh? No, this is just something on Instagram, but it is. Wait till you see this one guy. It's mind blowing. Molly, I think.
Whoa. Hi. I feel like that applause is condescending. That applause is condescending to me.
Well, what happened was right after that event, the winner, of course, gets a medal. The other are thrown into like a big steaming vat of acid.
Oh God! Well, that's
I don't know why they to live to be 100 years old and then just discarded like that seems.
I mean, but why? But honestly, if you're not death diving at 100, then why are we even alive?
Isn't that amazing? 100 years old, and then that one guy was like, "Fuck you guys!" Like,
well, it is amazing like that you would have that agility, and I wonder if that person trained. Like, if he's like, what, I'm gonna meet with a bunch of other 100-year-olds. I'm gonna get some. It's like practicing the first pitch.
Well, I'm sure that guy has has been active his whole life. He didn't like start training a year ago. Like my wife's grandfather is like 90, early 90s, but he was an Olympic swim coach and is still like in such good shape. It's embarrassing. Like
I've seen him. I mean, look, you don't.
And my father-in-law too. It's embarrassing. Like he's ripped. My father-in-law is like 72 or something, and he's fucking ripped. Like goes to the gym.
For a race?
A race? Like in a car? Like a vehicle?
No, like what we just saw, like a race.
I haven't, but I mean, I could.
I think it'd be really funny if that's your thing. You just start to like challenge people to races.
Hey, man.
And just small. It's like first one to that pole. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a good idea. That's a great idea.
Rob, that is amazing. I actually have been obsessed with this. Mr. Beast has this video where he takes 100 people, one being or different ages. Let me set up again. He takes 100 people, and of the 100, each one represents 1 year. So they have a 99, they have 100, they have a 98, they have the whole thing. They all are doing.
They are that age.
They are that age. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, it was hard to set up what it is, but that's what it is. Yeah. So they have a baby all the way to 100-year-old, 100 people. Every participant represents one age, and that's it. Okay. And they all do these challenges together, and it is fascinating to see who drops out, who sticks with it. And I gotta say, the tenacity of a 1-year-old, even to understand the challenges, was really impressive to me.
Are you going to show me this video?
No, I just was telling you about it just in general. And my kids watch Mr. Beast all the time, and especially in the car. So I've heard every Mr. Beast video at least 4 times now.
Who wins the video, or who?
I'm not going to spoil that.
Well, what kind of challenge do they have to do? Can you?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot. Molly, pull it up. Now we're talking about it. Molly, we should put Mr. Beast 1 to 100. And you can pull up in the middle and you'll see a little bit what's going on. But they have these challenges.
People are pitching nicknames for me.
What's your nickname? I don't have my glasses in. I have a slight eye allergy right now, and I can't.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's nothing bad, but I can't see.
I wonder if you have pink eye.
No, it's not pink eye. It's just again, as an 80-year-old man, sometimes I have to deal with eye allergies, and I
talk about our eyeball allergies.
But all right, so this is all right. So you'll see.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, just pull in the middle. Yeah, they're all long.
1 down. Now we need to do that 9 more times.
We all just basically came to a consensus at the same time that 10 needs to go.
He's so annoying. Like, he literally voted for me and it didn't do anything to him.
That's a strong-minded child right there. If he stayed the whole time, he could win.
The 10-year-old's my favorite. I really hope he stays in.
Yeah, I'm thinking 10. I'm so sorry, 10, but if I don't vote for you, then they want me out.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think he voted for me.
3, 2, 1. All right, everyone, show your vote to the camera.
Oh, oh my gosh, that is a lot of 10s.
I'm sorry, little man. This is officially the first decade eliminated.
You guys are sick in the head.
Okay,
Well,
wait,
after this
stop.
Yeah.
the only reason
They do a different challenge. This is more of a vote out moment.
Okay. I was going to say this.
So
isn't
they
a
do like
challenge.
some weird challenges, but they're all like living in glass tubes
Okay. And how long will they live in those glass tubes for the rest of their lives?
until the contest is over.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Beast does a lot of endurance challenges. Like he lived on a deserted island for 7 days, or no, he buried himself alive for 7 days. He trapped a man in a grocery store for as long as he wanted, and he got $10,000 a day every day that he stayed in the grocery store.
Okay. Sounds like you're really in love with Mr. Beast.
I get, the Beastables are great. They're like a chocolate. They're really delicious. Feastables.
Ooh, someone just pitched a good nickname for me that I kind of like. Hubie Lewis.
Oh, I like Hubie Lewis. Can I show you this, Molly? We tried to play it last week when Rob wasn't here. Do you think it will play the right way, or is it too short?
I was here last week.
Yeah, but you left, and I wanted to show it, and I was like, oh yeah, she might be able to pull it up. It is truly one of the funniest commercials I've ever seen. But it oddly was playing in a weird way last week, where it wrecked the bit. Let's see.
Well, we got a lot of people were really upset about the coconut guy that we showed on the show.
Coconut guy really got a lot. I know, and apparently he's a doctor who also doesn't brush his teeth or use deodorant. And he believes in. Okay, here you go, Rob.
Come on down to Town and Country Ford. We'll have you rolling in deals.
What?
Come on down to Town and Country Ford. We'll have you rolling in deals.
The best commercial of all time. You've just watched it.
Is that a real commercial?
That is a real commercial.
It's fantastic. Where are they? I'll buy one just for that. Just because they made me laugh, I'll buy a car from Town and Country.
It's a perfect commercial because it like you're leaning in. You're like, oh, what's happening here? And then he rolls right into frame. It is
only
perfect.
Person that doesn't like that commercial is the person that was actually on the stretcher, who's like, hey, that's not cool.
Maybe it was him.
That's not cool.
Well, if we're speaking about commercials, I do have one more commercial for you. I know you have to go, but Molly, can we play the Reuben commercial? For me, I've directed commercials. Rob, you've been in a lot of commercials.
Can I audition for your salad dressing commercial again? Can I know
it's already out. It's already out. But I'm just gonna say, I like my commercials to kind of.
Why is everybody saying Alabama? What's Alabama?
That's where the commercial is. That's where the Town and Country Ford was. You have to go to Alabama and buy a car now.
Oh, gotcha. Why are you?
By the way, people stop Venmoing me for sandworms. You have to Venmo Timothy Chalamet. I'm getting a lot of Venmo requests right now. I can't get that money to him. You have to go to Nassim to Venmo him. I don't want to be a conduit here. I don't. That money goes right to Chalamet. I don't want to be in any sort of weird lawsuit.
How many people have Venmoed you $600?
Well, they are requesting from me. I don't buy any of these people that they say people are requesting me to pay them, and I'm not gonna fall for that. I know they're not Timothy Chalamet. They're just trying to grift me. Okay, check this out, Rob. This is time to bring some sex back.
Roy's Reuben.
I used to date a guy named Reuben.
With corned beef, melted Swiss, sauerkraut, and Thousand Island on toasted rye bread. It's a little bit sour, a little bit sweet.
Yeah, that was Reuben.
We serve it up hot.
Yeah, that was Reuben.
But hurry, it'll only stick around a few weeks.
Yeah, that was Reuben.
I think I know that actor. I think she's a New York person. I think she just looks familiar. I don't know who she is. I just feel like I might have
overall that commercial works except for a little bit sour, a little bit sweet. I feel like that is a rough thing to say about your ex-boyfriend. I mean, maybe he was.
Now,
but
was the other woman in the commercial? I'm unclear as to what that relationship was. Was that her?
Just two gals watching Bravo.
A, was that her friend? B,
Mhm.
was that her daughter?
Oh.
C, was that her significant other?
So
I
a new loved
thought-
one watching. Oh, let's watch it again and see if we see any context clues.
Okay. I thought there might be a romance going here.
Introducing Roy's Reuben.
I used to date a guy named Reuben.
With corned beef, melted Swiss, sauerkraut, and Thousand Island untoasted rye bread. It's a little bit sour, a little bit sweet.
Yeah, that was Reuben.
We serve it up hot.
Yeah, that was Reuben.
But hurry, it'll only stick around a few weeks.
Yeah, that was Reuben.
I know the relationship is.
Okay, I think I know what it is too. You go first.
A tutor and her student.
Oh, like
That's what I think.
She's helping her with her homework or something like that.
Yeah, and she's like, all right, well, you do that math while I'll watch some TV while you do the math, and I'll correct check your work in a second. And then she starts really coming on that couch. Looking at a Reuben, though, she's kind of.
I mean, like, are you talking about climaxing sexually?
Yeah, yeah, I think that she is when she goes, oh,
Paul,
that was Reuben.
Paul, that's the first. Paul. We got to freeze the show for a second.
I'm trying to young it up.
I know, but like, I know
She's
that earlier
flicking her
someone
bean
said
over there.
Paul, I know someone said that we sounded like two 80-year-old men complaining about timeshares, but you can't just throw out the word coming in the middle. We've had zero profanity. We've had zero sexual references at all. The show has been so family friendly. And then out of nowhere, you say that this woman is coming while watching a commercial for a roast beef.
Well, I mean, I'm an observer, Rob. I just saw what happened. She's coming while looking at a piece of roast beef. And the cheese isn't even melted.
You calls them like you sees them, but
yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, if I would spell it, I wouldn't spell it COMING. I wouldn't spell it like that.
Okay. I thought that the woman on the couch with her was a foreign exchange student from another country that didn't understand English and was just like looking at her and like trying to figure it, because she never says anything. You'll notice.
Right. Maybe she's like, oh, you find roast beef like sexy too?
France. Yeah, maybe, we don't know, but yeah, I just thought she was like a foreign exchange student, but I didn't think anyone was coming or flicking their bean.
Molly, show them the part where she comes.
Serve it up hot.
Yeah, that was Reuben.
I mean, maybe she's having a small orgasm. I can't.
Thank you.
That was Reuben.
Boys, Reuben.
Look where her hand placement is. Of course, she's jerking herself off on that couch. This is the most disgusting commercial. And by the way, Molly, amazing.
Look, Adam White
timing.
just got here, man. Adam White says in the chat, "I just got here, man." And
we're talking about women coming to roast beef. It was on TV. I could talk about it.
Adam,
I won't be held back,
bro. It came out of nowhere, dude. We were talking about the draft. We were talking about this Viking that was jumping off these cliffs and these old guys.
That's got a new
and then all of a
Paul
sudden,
Rubin.
Paul starts talking about girls fingering themselves. Anyway,
with her, look at her. Look at her. Yep. I'm just saying, Rob. I calls them like I sees them.
Well, I want to show you something, and then I might need to go in a couple minutes.
All right, yeah, sure.
Molly, I'm sure you've seen this, Paul. Everyone has seen this, but it's a hip hop dance instruction video from the 80s. And, of course, it's a white woman teaching the class, and it is so fucking great and horrible. But Molly, I sent it to you.
Hey, I'm Dina.
Rewind.
This is what we call popping. Straight. If you want to do hip hop, you got to stand like this. In a hip hop head, we have this. Boom, bam, every time. Or Your hands are always like this. Start out just hitting it. Hip hop is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit, and This is me. This is how I am. This is a lifestyle. This is it. Hit, Peace. I'm out.
Now, when did she come?
Paul, not every video contains a woman
Molly,
coming.
I think there's a moment. Yeah, Molly's going to show you the moment right here. Yep, that's it.
Right there, the clap. The clap under the legs. Do you think
Rob, that is
woman
amazing?
is
Like, that is
still-
the worst person to ever, like, you know, that she's like, I only can envision that woman like
people.
entering in a group of like dancers trying to be like, yeah, that's me. Peace. What's up? That is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I would love to know if she's still teaching hip hop dance classes.
Do we have her name? Because we need to find where she is, and I want to see her out.
Dina something.
Dina. That is like the Vin Diesel hip hop video that is of internet acclaim. But oh my God, she's got such an attitude about it that what?
Well, this is totally different. This is, remember when I think the Daily Show did a thing on Vin Diesel? It was actually
this is my favorite thing, and I can't find it. The David Spade show.
It was definitely the Daily Show. Was it David Spade that did it?
It was David Spade. It was the David Spade Hollywood show that he had on where he put it all together. Right.
I mean, it's kind of mean, but it's basically Vin Diesel on a million different talk shows telling the exact same story on every single talk show.
We have ways. And that was like that. Like it was like he always presented the same way as like because he just in this movie Find Me Guilty, and it was like, what was it like working with Sidney Lumet? And he's like, and whenever we wouldn't get it, he's like, we have, and they just would cut it all together. He also did that for Robin Williams and like mashed up all of his improv on the morning shows of like all Brokeback Mountain
really? Of doing all the same improv. I mean, look, I get it. When when you do like a huge press tour, you probably fall
I've
back
done
on
it.
like
I've already been doing it.
But just for my own sake, I don't know that I would tell the exact same story all the time. I would just be so bored doing that.
But you know what
People
it is
don't know
too?
what
It's
I'm
like well, it's like when you go on a press tour, like people will ask you similar questions, and I think like there's a part of it like, oh, let's make it interesting for myself, and I'll keep it alive. But then you also, it's like trying out new material. Like you want to go on with your A+ stuff to all these places, because if new people are watching, they're watching.
By the way, we have some updates on Dina Rizzo. Thanks to Russ Clark and Daisy Barksdale crew. Russ Clark says Dina Rizzo is a dancer choreographer, child of the king, Jeremiah 29:11. What he's posting her email for masterclasses, choreography, and speaking engagements. And then Daisy Barksdale crew says she totally toasted a deep dive on her. She's around and still part of the lifestyle.
Can we see some videos?
Phantom Brass says, I'm glad she hasn't pieced out yet.
Please let me see some videos. I love that we know her, but I want to see what we got. I want to see where she's at. Is she moving and grooving with? Oh my!
This is
God.
all from everythingisterrible.com. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Dina. Hopefully she's still in the scene.
Apparently that guy we have some people to follow up on. We will follow up on them. We'll follow up on the coconut guy who's an MD, who is basically yelled at
he's a real doctor that takes coconuts.
I mean, there's a lot of places you can get a degree.
People now we have to show it because people may not know what we're talking about. This is a video that we showed last week.
Here, you know what? I'm going to show you. Know what? Let me show.
We put it on Instagram and people went crazy.
I could also show you this because I got one here, a new one of that guy because he is truly. Here, hold on one second. I'm gonna give you because there's some good ones here that he has.
The guy.
Well,
about this amazing hack. You can bring coconuts on the airplane. So I don't like to drink water in airports. You can't get water through security, but you can bring coconut water on the airplane in a coconut. Coconut water is a great source of magnesium, manganese, all kinds of good stuff. So I'll send.
No, this guy's the worst. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you the new one. Give you a new one.
We already went off on this guy.
We did it. There's a bunch of videos, and there were so many today that I was like, I want to like sift through them and find the best. But he's like, if anyone knows his name, I just can't. I can't find it right this second off the top of my head. But he has one about brushing teeth. He's like, and he has the one that I love. He's like, now I don't drink coffee, but if I was to make coffee, this is how I would do it. And then he goes into that. He also talks about
Austro Texano. Someone said,
I don't think
Russ
so.
Clark says at Austro, maybe not. Okay,
maybe it's not. If anyone sees it up there, but
he said he does. Why doesn't he brush his teeth?
Well, because he uses a husk, like a coconut husk, to brush his teeth. Let me see. I think I can maybe like.
I feel like this is building up to where you're going to tell me that he fucks coconuts.
Maybe,
and he comes. So. Are you going to talk about coming again?
Wait, why don't talk about that kind of stuff? Molly, what do you got, Molly?
Molly just popped on.
I found an update on Dina, and I think it's important just for you to see what she looks like today.
All right,
breaking news.
Whoa, Dina!
Hi, doggy.
Cute dog.
Okay, that's all.
Wait,
but Molly, Dina, there's no video.
Oh well, I mean, I was playing this video. I
want to see. I want to see her dancing now.
Okay, well, look. Here's something that can you guys still see this? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on her Insta. Look how cute that dog is. Okay, this is from 2 days ago.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, she looks. She's still wearing the
Rapid fire
outfit.
questions with the queen of hip hop herself, Dina Rizzo. What's your full name?
Dina Rizzo.
I think they do the dance later on.
Hey, I'm Dina. Look at my feet. My feet are straight ahead. You don't want to do that. Hip hop is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit. And The more relaxed you are, that's what makes a hip hop. Boom, bam. Every time. Or Start out just hitting it. This is what we call popping.
Is she playing into it now?
Yes.
Straight.
I don't like it.
Straight.
I want to see serious hip hop
I don't like
dancing.
it. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it when people go, "Oh, yeah, it was funny, wasn't it? I was just joking." Look,
then The Rock dresses up like his whole bullshit thing. Yeah, come on now.
Fuck you.
All right. Well, I don't really. I'll pull some more clips for you, and we will get it up, and we'll get it going.
Okay.
At one
I just
point.
want to
don't
tell
you to,
everybody that I'm sorry again. I have to leave because my wife has to go to bed because she has to get up early. But I want to apologize on behalf of Twitch Incorporated and Amazon for what Paul said about coming.
I calls them like I sees them. Until next week, keep yourself wet watching those Rubens, baby.
Oh God. All right. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. See you next week or soon. One of these days.